I looked at the calendar and I realized I only have a little bit more than a week till Third Friday. So, yeah, I'm pretty well prepared for that, but I have a couple of requests as well for earrings. The black flowers seem to be really popular, and like I've gotten two commissions for them. And I also am making more of the little flower cabochon earrings in pink because I also had a request for those. So yeah, I'm working. So I what I do is I make the flowers, and then I pretty much just finger tat the stems. With the pumpkins, I like to use the needle because it's a lot bigger. But the smaller ones, I will use a shuttle because it's just easier. So, yeah. So tonight I'm going to a Lavender Under the Stars event that is hosted by a local farm, a Wildwood Lavender Farm, and yeah, I'm kind of excited. So yeah, I'm wearing my lavender headdress. So if I remember correctly, I tatted the trim lace. The so I tatted the lace trim, but I didn't make the lace that's on top. So that was just using up stuff that was in my stash. But yeah, so we're about to head out. It's so dark, but look at how idyllic everything looks. Oh wait, hold on, not right here. To meet up with a customer who wants to purchase a couple of things. I have some apprehension about doing local deliveries because I have heard a lot of horror stories where people will be like, no show, and then you waste like fuel and all that type of stuff. But I've just finished the new batch of earrings, so these, I'm putting them in here. I need to get some like punched cards or something, something a little nicer than just like punching them on my business cards. But I think I just need to design some new custom business cards where they're like in half, and then I can, yeah. And then also, oh, there's a little bit of dust in there. Oh, let me fix that. Since I've like, I'm pretty well stocked, even though I have a show Friday, I'm not panic tatting. But I'm actually working on getting more stuff ready for fall. So I bought some ribbon that I thought was really, really cute. And I am working on making them into hairpins, and I'm going to attach little lace pumpkins. There we go. So then those can go in pretty well any hair texture from what I've gathered. I'm not 100% sure. I do need to do some more research, but yeah, so. Oh, is it recording? Hey everybody! So, I'm just really preparing for Third Friday. Apparently, I picked the perfect time to return to Third Friday. The last time I sold there was actually back when 3D printers were brand new and just coming onto the like consumer market in a sense. I had actually bought a LOL spot and designed on Ubuntu, which is a operating system that kind of like Windows and Mac. And yeah, I designed my own jewelry and sold 3D printed hand finished jewelry there. How things have not changed. 3D printed tatting shuttles and handmade jewelry. Oh, sorry, that was just the snapping. So, yeah, right now I'm just like tidying things up and getting ready for the market for Friday. Tomorrow after work I have an order to fill, so I want to try to get this done as much as possible. So that way all I have to do tomorrow after work relating to Third Friday is loading up my car and picking out my outfit. And another bonus with it being the ye olde time. Granted, obviously not period accurate to. I don't think it's medieval. Ye Old English. Old English is a specific language that's like right before English became a thing. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a linguist. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just watching some YouTube videos and just making sure everything's tagged. Although not everything will be tagged, but pretty much everything will be. I'll just have a couple things I need to double check, but it's going to be things that I could just move the tag over, like for these. Although I think I have some tags written up. I could just reuse those. So I love this rack, but it feels so cheaply made. But I love how it just pops up, and I can just use a ribbon to tie it in place to keep the wind from knocking it over. And it's awesome, but it's so cheap. Like that acrylic. Ugh. But it's what Michael's had, and earrings are my biggest sellers. I need a good way to display a lot of them in a compact space. So this is too tall here, so I always have to straighten it out when I set it up on the table. Also, I'm trying to make sure my setup stays within this picnic basket, so that way, because I see people spend 2+ hours setting up for markets and events and stuff, and it takes me like 20 minutes, maybe, on a bad day. Yeah, so anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just get back to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video for a second, hit record again so I can make this super rapid fast forward type of jam. So yeah. Apparently, I think I left my little table and my chair at the cottage. Fingers crossed that's where it is, because it's not in the shed, it's not in here, and it's not in my car. So it has to be at the cottage. But I also don't want to waste gas, go out and go check for it and load it up now. So I'm probably just gonna put the basket and this all by the door. Now, you're probably thinking, like, you just said at the beginning of the video you wanted to fit everything in the picnic basket. I do, but this has like so many of my other supplies. Like, this has stuff like all the extra shuttles, a bunch of jewelry and ornaments, stuff that, like, the backups of things that, you know, when they sell. This has like little bags and everything to put stuff in, like the little envelopes. And then this has like my tools and all that stuff, and like beads, and most importantly, alternate hooks and earring bits and bobs and other bits for jewelry, so that way I can keep making stuff as, you know, I sit. I can actually finish off pieces of jewelry if something ends up being a surprisingly big seller, and I'm like, oh, people really, oh, I'm not wearing them right now. People really like the Oceanic Dreams earrings, and I have like the cotton parts done, and I'm almost sold out. Maybe I should, you know, put the wires on or finish this little bit of this motif up, and then I can have another pair to put out within 20 minutes, you know, if I have a little bit of a slow period. So I like to have my tools and stuff with me, but I still want to keep my setup compact. So compared to a lot of vendors, I've seen people unloading full vans of things with their tents and boxes and stuff, and some of them have a very efficient setup with how they do things, because they go from market to market and they do it every week, all weekend. But I'm doing one show a month. I try to keep it limited to that, because I want to have, well, one, lace making is very slow. It's a very slow hobby task. It takes a long time to tat things. And granted, I do try to make things that are quick to have some cheaper options available. But like the Oceanic Dreams earrings are, I think, $35 in the Etsy shop and the Square shop. So I have them linked, and I have the Square stuff specifically set up to link through the WordPress, because I'm thinking I might just host my website through Square and Weebly, I think it's called, once it's time for the WordPress thing to go up. So I'll have to price compare, but it's a lot of money to have a shop through WordPress, and it's you don't have to pay anything to have it through the Square, but I'll still need to pay for like a domain name and hosting and stuff. But yeah, that is just baked in. I am rambling. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to take pictures of these black flower earrings, and yeah, I keep getting requests for them. I don't know why I don't just make extras to have on the jewelry stand and in the shop. I don't know what disconnect there is that's making me just not do it. I have a pair. I wear the pair. I should have, granted they have different, like they have the posts as opposed to the hooks, but I have a pair that I wear. I really should just have them available. Anything that I wear regularly, I really should just have available at any point in the Etsy shop, because if someone's like, oh my god, I love your stuff, like somebody did at the Poplar Hill Mansion Festival, I shouldn't be like, it should be one of those things of, yes, here's my card, you could buy a pair right away if you like, or you can request them for Christmas or something. But then the fact of the matter is they're available, as opposed to what I had to do with her, where I was planning a release and hadn't released them yet, and I was like, yes, they actually release like next week, and I don't think she ever ordered them, so it would, and like she was fawning over them, and so that extra little step of having to wait, I think, puts a barrier in between the seller and the sale, you know. So yep, I really should just try not to have out of stock things, but sometimes you do get the patient customer. So these pink flower earrings, and I actually, oh, why are these milky? Uh-oh. No, why are they milky? Oh, not all of them are. Okay, good. Alright, well, I'll do a thin layer and then do the glass cabochon tops, and that should take care of it. But, because I've done thin layers of the resin alternative. But somebody wanted a pair of these, and wanted the framed arts. And so, I was like, she's like, I looked on your site, they're not there. And it's like they were out of stock, because somebody had bought the one pair I had made. So I had to make a whole bunch of other pairs. So, yeah. And I have these that are in progress, these little lace bracelets. I was just trying to use up beads, and they turned out super cute. So I want to finish all these up and get them up in the shop stat. But I'm not going to rush to do them and like burn myself out, essentially. And like I have like these in the same colorway as the Oceanic Dreams, these little flowers, and this is a mess. Yes, I need to really get it together. It's a custom order. I'm not going to overdo it, but yeah. And then I'll have to do the yellow one. Good news. So apparently it was in the cottage, so I went ahead and stuck the chair and the table in the trunk. I'm not bothering with the tent today, because a lot of people at Third Friday don't use tents, and I don't want to necessarily make something that's going to be hard for people to get to. I feel like when everyone's got a tent, then it's not so bad, but
when there's just a couple of people who have tents, you're less likely to kind of go in. At least I noticed with me, that's how that is. And it's after the heat of the day.
Well, it's time to do the whole social media thing, so yeah. Alright, so we're all set up at Third Friday. I got all kinds of goodies today. Even have the new sign up. Looks like we have some beach art and some more jewelry. More jewelry. Looks like this is just Jewelry Alley. Got some mugs. So what have you guys got today?
Dog treats.
Ooh!
Vegan, organic dog treats.
Nice! If I had a dog, I would definitely. Oh. Sorry, excuse me.
This one has more black
Thank you. Oh, hey! Hi, strangers! We got James and Yancey from the Makerspace and the Comic-Con.
I like the garb.
Why, thank you. Came from work, so I still have my work boots on. But do what you gotta do.
They're sort of period accurate. We'll take it. How are you?
Pretty good. I was just doing this whole the key to my lockbox, and so the lovely folks at the Makerspace were able to help me. Hello! So, event recap, because I'm on my way to my partner's, I only have a couple more minutes, I guess before this vlog ends, but yeah, so the booth fee at this place didn't cost any money, and I made sure to get there at the point where I could bring my car in, and I ended up parking in the parking garage. Apparently we could park in a much closer lot. Thank you to the lovely soul who, oh my goodness, I can't drive and do other things at the same time, really. I'm so bad. I can't remember names. Start with a B. Bailey. So Bailey, this lovely person that was at the booth next to me, Bailey, watched over my stuff while I went and fetched my car. But next time now I know I can park in a closer lot. The event was free, and I made pretty decent money. It wasn't like change the world kind of money. It wasn't what I like to earn at events, but I'm there for that long. But it was close to $70, which isn't nothing. And also there were people asking about me doing group lessons, and also people asking about custom stuff. And I gave them my card. I passed out my card to a lot of people today. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it went. I got to wear the leader fashion, and it was so nice. I got so many compliments, even though I felt like the dress was a little frumpier. But I feel like I'm just too harsh on myself all the time because a lot of people loved it. But then again, it was ye olde time type of theme, so it could be through the lens of that. We'll see. If I wear it to another event, which I probably will, because it's autumn, it's brown, it's tan, it's perfect. Also, note to self, that sunblock that my cousin gave me, the tattoo sunblock, it did not look good. After it dried, it just kind of filled up, which was super gross looking, so I'm going to need to buy some better sunblock. But at least I was wearing sunblock. I think I got real tan on this arm, which is good, because I have this bad habit of doing this on drive, so yeah. Alright, anyway, that's the end of the vlog. It's the wrap up. Not too much to it, so yeah.